Hear me out, guys. Is there a humiliation kink going on in the church when it concerns women? I ask this because there's been a lot of different things that I have come across in the past month online of mostly pastors and mostly men of God literally humiliating their wives. I don't know if there's a humiliation kink going on in the church, but it needs to stop. What do you mean that your husband is emotionally cheating on you and then you guys decide to paint it as, the man being brave enough to come and tell you that he's liking another woman and then you being calm enough to receive it without throwing tantrums? Now, another person, literally your husband, cheated on you and got his mistress pregnant. The Holy Spirit did not talk to him, but the Holy Spirit came to talk to you and told you to forgive him and then go to his mistress and then seal the child as your own for the past 20 years. Is it still the same Holy Spirit that we know, or there's another one that is around? I don't understand. Please, the Holy Spirit is not a criminal. Do not blame your full Agbero-ish attitude on the Holy Spirit. Now, these are some of the things that we're going to be dissecting today on today's podcast episode. Hi guys, I'm Tasha. I'm still your girl and you're welcome to the Jen and Jago podcast. On today's podcast episode, I am going to be addressing certain things that I think that women need to understand. So let's get to it. First of all, I'm going to start with cheating because this is a huge deal breaker for me and for a lot of women, they are very receptive to it. I've heard people say as long as the man has money, as long as the man comes back home to you, it doesn't matter, he can do whatever he likes and all that stuff. That's all well and good. And some people say that as long as the man or the woman doesn't sleep with someone else, they are not cheating. So I think today it is right for me to enlighten my women on the different types of cheating there are. Because you guys do not understand what they are using your eyes to see outside, especially in this Nigeria. So let's get to it, shall we? I'm first of all going to start by telling you guys that there are different types of cheating. There is emotional cheating. It's the most occurring, but a lot of people don't know it, or more like a lot of people don't accept it or don't understand that that is actually a thing. Now, your partner can be cheating on you emotionally. What does emotional cheating entail? Now, let me tell you guys what emotional cheating entail. Emotional cheating is when your partner is literally liking or having feelings for someone else, but they are not doing anything. It can be going out for drinks with that person. It might be having conversations that they're supposed to have with you with that person. It can be truly, truly liking that person, telling that person things, spending more time with that person, having more space in their heart for that person than they have for you. Those are some of the types of cheating that we have. And basically that's an explanation of what emotional cheating is. Now we have the physical cheating, which is the most popular one. Everyone literally knows what this cheating is all about. It is when your partner is having physical coitus with someone else. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Now that is physical cheating, having sex or physical intimacy with someone else. That is what physical cheating is. Now, emotional cheating, like I've explained before, is basically you building a deep emotional connection with someone else and definitely someone outside of your relationship. Now, people do not know this, but there is something called financial cheating. Financial cheating literally means hiding money from your partner, having a secret account, secretly spending money on another partner. That's financial cheating. Yes, if your husband is spending money on other women, he is financially cheating on you. Let that one sink in, okay? Now let's come to what they call digital cheating. Now I'm sure you guys might not know about this. You might know what it means, but you might not know what it is called. Now, physical cheating is having flirty texts, DMs, sexting, or late night good morning or good night conversations and chats with other people online. That's digital cheating, sorry. And now we have what is called micro cheating. You know why I like micro cheating? I like micro cheating because a lot of people actually do it. A lot of people do it, and It is being done to a lot of people, but you don't know what it is. So you don't, and that was one of the things I talk about, is that Nigerian women go through a lot of things and have a lot of experiences that we don't put a name to. We don't know how to put a name to our experiences, and of course, that's what I'm here for. So now let me talk about micro cheating, because this one I like. Now, micro cheating is small boundary crossing. You know those boundary crossing behaviors that we see as normal, or we try to excuse, or we try not to take too personal? That's called micro cheating. Now, small boundary crossing behavior can be saving someone else's number as plumber. Meanwhile, that person is not your plumber. Deleting chat histories. Having password on your chatting platforms. Those are micro cheating. The moment you begin to feel that you have to hide certain things and certain people, you have already started micro cheating. The problem is that women tend to excuse these behaviors until it becomes full-blown cheating, and then everybody starts crying. Listen, I'm going to say it again and again. The moment you allow somebody step past your boundary, you have lost a little bit of your power. I have this popular saying, and I say popular because people have started using it, so I know that my gospel is getting to everyone. Men will only do what you allow. And the moment you start allowing little things, you've already told him that you're going to allow the big things. The thing about men is that they tend to like to cross your boundaries. They do it little by little. From the moment they ask you out till the moment they lock you down, they have already started testing your boundaries. And the things that you accept, they know that it is okay to keep on doing that even when it blows over. And the things that you don't accept, they do not burn in where to do it again. Now, there's something called revenge cheating. Now, revenge cheating, we all know that one. When you step out simply because your partner cheated first and you want to revenge cheat. That is what is revenge cheating. Then we have what they call opportunity cheating. So this one, it makes me smile because a lot of people might know what it means again, but they don't know what the name is. So opportunity cheating is cheating because the chance has presented itself. It can be cheating at work, it can be cheating at events, it can be cheating during a trip. You know when they say, oh, I went on a work trip and one thing led to another, that is opportunity cheating. They saw the opportunity and they went straight for. There's another cheating that is called serial cheating. This one, we all know it. Habitual cheating that, a lot of Nigerian men like to do. I am a man, so I deserve to cheat. Why do you want me to eat one food for the rest of my life? And all those stupid excuses that they always have. That's what this one is. Now, the next one is cyber cheating. This one is very popular. It's very close to digital cheating. The difference is that for digital, you're just chatting and sexting and doing all sorts. For cyber cheating, you have a full-blown online relationships, you're doing webcam sexting, you're cheating on dating apps, and so on and so forth. Now, we have cheating by neglect. I'm sure a lot of people don't know that one. So we have cheating by neglect. Now, cheating by neglect is literally when you start withdrawing intimacy from your partner. It's basically you giving your emotions and your intimacy to someone else and then neglecting your partner. Let me give you an example of what cheating by neglect is. I had this friend that had been dating this guy for 3 years, and then she found out that this guy has been sleeping with her classmates. Oh yes, full-blown embarrassment. He's been cheating, but he wasn't just cheating, he was cheating with her classmates, literally sleeping with one of them each at a time. And she was so heartbroken because she loved this guy and they were engaged, I think, at that time. So that my friend does something that is called cheating by neglect, basically. So what she does is when a guy breaks her heart or a guy hurts her, because she cannot process the hurt, it's too much for her and she doesn't have the willpower to leave the person. What she does is that she starts giving attention to whoever was asking. As a woman, you always have guys asking you out. There's a guy you really like that you end up saying yes to, and then there's the guy that you like but you don't know if you like him enough to date him, so he's at the back corner. So it's called our backup loves. Now she starts giving attention to the backup person, and then she starts moving those emotions, those feelings that she has from her partner to that person. So within 5 months or 6 months, she has fully moved her emotions and her love and her intimacy and her feelings. She has moved it from that guy to the new guy that she's paying attention to. And then she now has enough emotional strength to now leave the guy that hurt her or that broke her heart. And so that's what she did with this her fiance. She moved all the emotions to the next person and then broke up with the guy. So that is called cheating by neglect. Withdrawing your intimacy from your partner and giving it to someone else. And then there's the workplace cheating. That one is very popular. Everybody knows what workplace cheating is. And guys, the last type of cheating, spiritual cheating. You guys don't know this one, but there's spiritual cheating, yes. When you lean on religious leaders and mentors in a way that crosses emotional and physical life. All those, I have to go and see my papa. I have to go and see my daddy in the Lord. I have to go and see my pastor. I have to listen to my pastor. My pastor said, my pastor did, my pastor gave, my pastor said. Those are called religious cheating. Now, I broke this type of cheating down for you guys so that when I start talking about this thing, you guys can understand. Now, let's watch what this pastor said to his wife, right? Let's watch it, you guys.
A few months after we got married, I was talking to this girl I just met at work, and I spoke so much to her. Then I started liking her, and everyone was just, hey, this guy, you are married, bro. What's happening? I was praying, nothing happened. So I was supposed to pick you up from church that day. So when I picked you up from church, hey, cool. I said, stop. I said, I met a girl today. I just was liking, and you said, hey. And immediately I said that feeling just disappeared. And I learned two things.
Don't over-engage
any woman that is not your wife. Then secondly, sin thrives in secrecy. Because I brought it out. The
reason you were also able to bring it out was because you trusted I would not, you were talking to, and then turn it into something else. What just happened was that I just took it as, oh really, that happened. We talked about it and it fizzled out, really. So I think also in communication, just understanding that you are on the same team, because if you hadn't been comfortable enough to tell me, it may have led to maybe something else. Even if it didn't lead to anything, you just agonize in secret and you didn't need that.
Let me start by saying that they are not wrong, right, with the lessons that they got from that experience. One, do not over-engage any woman. And two, sin thrives in secrecy, and that's true. When you start feeling certain types of way in your marriage or your relationship, the best way to clear the air out of it is to discuss it with your partner. Now, let me now point out where I have an issue with. I'm going to start by saying that regardless of how much you talk about a person to your partner, if you don't have self-control, it will still happen. It would still happen. Because it is not about talking about it. Okay, you'll talk about it with your partner. But will she follow you to work the next day? No. Will you not communicate with that colleague? Yes, you will. Now, let me also tell you one thing I have an issue with in this entire discourse is the lack of accountability. This man, literally, and the way he says it, you're going to assume that, okay, we're just talking to this girl and then he liked this girl and then he went to tell his wife and then he stopped liking her. It doesn't work like that. This conversation and this likeness came as the result of intimacy, from close proximity and conversation. It is another reason why I hate this whole work wife and work husband nonsense thing, but that's a conversation for another day. Now, you've been talking to this colleague of yours. In all that period, you were having these intimate conversations with this woman. You did not say, let me go and tell my wife. You waited until the emotions crept in. And that was when you decided that it was time to draw a boundary? Okay, that one don't pass, Abi. Now, let's talk about the other elephant in the room, auntie. This woman made a statement. She said the reason why the husband was able to come to her and talk to her about the whole thing was because she created a safe environment and she did not, create a home where he didn't feel like he could talk to her. She did not do it. Why did you? Hello, ma. Yes, you're calm, you accepted, you were receptive of the conversation. That's okay. But if someone else is not receptive of that conversation, her feelings are also still valid. Because what your husband did was workplace cheating, emotional cheating, and digital cheating. In fact, his whole crime is being plenty cheating in one. A man doesn't have to sleep with a person before it is called cheating. What he did was cheating. That's one. Two, you were okay with it. And because of how calm and receptive you are about it, do not be surprised when he goes out and he does worse. because you've shown that you can be open to conversations like this, and that's okay. Now, my problem is this. I have a question, basically. It's not a problem. My question is, if the wife had been in the husband's shoe, will the husband be receptive to this conversation? Now, let's look at it from people that grew up in our culture and in Nigeria as a whole. Now, imagine that your wife comes back home and your wife is telling you that she normally has a conversation with her male colleague, and now she's liking the male colleague, and she's attracted to the male colleague, and she might end up sleeping with the male colleague. Now, do you think that the husband will be receptive to that? No, let's be honest about it, honestly. Let's just be honest about it. If it was the husband, do you think he was going to be this calm? Do you think he was going to have the listening ear and whatnot? And do you also think the husband would not ask the wife to quit that job? Because guess what? The emotions are there already. And she's going to go back to that office. And she's still going to talk to that same person. However much boundary that she creates about it, it's a workspace. You cannot go without talking to certain people. Now, I'm going to leave these people's old, and I'm now going to show you guys another one that literally drove me crazy. Now, this one, I'm going to just read it out because it was already tweeted, and I don't have the video right here. But I honestly really want you guys to listen to me read it out and then let me know what your thoughts are, because the things that are happening is insane. Now, what do you mean that your husband, though, the one that Jesus gave you, was cheating? Let's even leave the cheating aside. He was cheating, and then he got his mistress pregnant. And then you are telling us that the Holy Spirit came to you and told you that you should forgive him. That's not enough, because you people want to traumatize me on this Mark Zuckerberg's internet. It's not enough that the Holy Spirit came to you and told you to forgive your philandering, cheating, continual. Do you know how much a man has to sleep with a woman for the woman to get pregnant? And then the Holy Spirit told you to forgive him, and you forgave him. That's not our problem. That's between you and your husband. It's okay. Now, where I have an issue with is that the Holy Spirit now still came back again. He traveled twice to you and came back and then told you that you should go and steal the mistress child and then bring the child into your home. And then the child has been living with you for 20 years. The Holy Spirit is not a thief. I'm so sorry. The Holy Spirit that I know and I converse with is not a criminal. So how did he reach your son now for Holy Spirit to talk to you? Your own Holy Spirit turned to act by the way the thief. So now, in all these things, what does the man lose? My problem is that women are so forgiving of the men that would do everything in this world to hurt you. But you would never forgive yourself, because honestly, I see it as self-hatred for a person to do that to you, and you would receive it and then you forgive it. That's a different level of self-hate. I understand if your partner goes astray or does something once and you forgive it. But for these people that are habitual cheaters, you're not even scared of your health. You're not even scared of what that will do to your children, because people are always like, oh, I'll forgive him. I want us to say family for the kids. Do you know what you're teaching your kids? Do you know what trauma you're inadvertently just putting on your children? So, and that is why I'm asking, is there a humiliation kink going on in the Christendom? I won't even start talking about Solomon Buchi and his continuous humiliation. Or when I say continuous, it is like, I made a post on my Instagram page the other day, and maybe I will do another episode about this. And I was basically talking about how ambitious and beautiful women are currently making bread. As in, women are making money, good money. And then they go and now start marrying some insane people. Now, there's a strain of men out there that deploy a particular psychological tool that women need to start understanding, especially ambitious and career women. And you might not like it, but I'm going to do a full episode discussing this. I posted about it 2 days ago on my Instagram page, and a lot of women could relate. Because Nigerian women are experiencing a lot of things from men, but they don't have a name for it. They don't have a definition for it. And so because of that, we don't know it. But I think it's time that we start getting to talk about it. So it is crazy out there, my women. It is crazy out there. If you're a woman in the church, I need you to be extra vigilant about the church brothers that you settle for. Because waiting there, no, like you guys, I had to talk about it because it's just ridiculous. I was hoping to have a guest on the show so we can talk about it together because I didn't want it to seem like I'm biased. But oh, please, I am biased at this point. The other day, it was the other man coming out unprovoked to tell us that in all the years he has known his wife, he has not taken her birthday seriously. Like he intentionally, my bro will go and forget his wife's birthday. And then he'll come and ask for forgiveness and the wife will forgive him. You see what the problem is? You guys are the ones, women are the ones that feed the audacity of men. I know every time we're always asking that, where does this audacity come from? Women are the ones that are feeding the audacity of men. There are certain things somebody should not do to you, my darlings. I do not understand where this, I don't even know. I need us to start decentering men at this point. There are certain things somebody should not do to you. Woman or man, or literally, it's ridiculous. Now you've forgiven him like twice, and guess what? He still went back again for the 3rd year and forgot her birthday. And his wife is a giving woman. She doesn't ever forget this man's birthday. She always buys him the best gift, and for her own, he treats it as an afterthought. It was this same man, unprovoked, that carried his wife and came outside to tell us that his wife was still dealing with 2 weeks postpartum and he was sleeping with her.
2 weeks after I had the baby, he started asking for sexual things. Mentally, I wasn't there yet. I could not even conceive it or understand it. How can you be thinking about sex at this point in time? I was just thinking about how to be alive and how to ensure that our child was fed. When the time now finally came for us to have sex, after having our first daughter, it was too painful, so we stopped.
It was very tough for me to listen to. Go ahead.
So I said the second time, I don't want to disappoint you again, so I'm just going to endure through it. Even though I was feeling discomfort and feeling pain, I didn't say anything. Tears literally dropped from my eyes. So I was like, oh.
And she was crying, she was in pain, but he wasn't seeing it. So again, I'm going to ask, is there a humiliation kink going on in the church? Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you guys here. Make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you listen to us everywhere that you listen to your podcast. And we can't wait to see you on the next episode. Next episode, we might still need to talk about this humiliation kink because it is a lot. All right? So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.